Yo, what's good? What's good? What's good, Hawks family? Your boy Demond up in the building. We talk Hawks TV. We talk Hawks Daily. Don't mind the noise in the background. That's my son. He cleaning up some stuff real quick. He'll be done in a hot second. Can y'all hear me? I'm coming through to y'all. Testing, testing. Mic check 1 2. Testing, testing. Mic check 1 2. What's good, people? We up in this thing, man. Where to start, man? Where to start? I've been on Twitter, man. Just reading all type of just nonsense. Nonsense trade ideas and stuff like that, man. And I'm just like, Lord have mercy. What do we have going on here? But let me start it off like this, man. Okay. I'm gonna start it off like this. Let's talk about this draft that we got coming up. Salute to everybody in the chat, man. Salute the homies. Tanju in the building, Bulldogs in the building, Holiday, my guy, Uncle Freezy up in here. Y'all drop something in the chat, man. Let me give my shout out. Salute to the We Talk Hawks TV gang up in here. Shout out my boy Sports and Society in the building as usual. Salute to everyone up in here tonight. Just out here chopping it up with the family. You know what I'm saying? So what do I want to start this evening? This evening, guys, I'm gonna talk about the draft. Okay. I'm gonna talk about the draft. Salute my guy Solutions in the building. We're gonna talk about the draft. I'm ready to drop this link just in case anybody want to tap in with their opinions and their thoughts. So y'all know we picking 15th this year. Okay. Damn, my camera looking crazy. Or was it me? We picking 15th this year. What's up? Yeah, hit the blinds for me, my son. Thank you. We picking 15th this year, guys. Okay. Let's keep it a buck. Matter of fact, let me go and drop the link right now. Let me drop the link right now. So we can go ahead and get that out the way. Boom. Y'all know what time it is. Y'all know what time it is. There go the link. Interactive fan channel. Y'all know what time it is. Y'all know how we do over here. But let's talk about it. Picking 15th this year in the draft, man. Let's be honest. Let's keep it a buck. Okay. Let's not sugarcoat nothing. Let's not live in la la land. Okay. We know it's rare that you find a player at 15. Okay. Salute the homie Adam in the building. You rarely find a player outside of that lottery, that 15 and up through the first round. That's an immediate game changer. Okay. That's an immediate game changer. So, you know what I'm thinking. Okay, let me tell y'all what I'm thinking. Y'all tell me if I'm crazy. Look, got the homeboy Georgia kid up in the building. What's good, my guy?
What's going on, Demar?
Chilling, man, chilling. So y'all tell me if I'm crazy or not. Let me take my glasses off. Y'all know it's hot as a mug out here in Texas right now, man. And you know, if y'all didn't know, I'm a El Cheapo Depot. So I'm one of those dudes. I be trying to put little ACs in each room instead of doing the whole house because it costs to do my whole house. But anyway, at 15 for our team right now, can anybody tell me who do you think we gonna draft that's gonna come in and play immediately? I could tell you right now, nobody. Nobody we draft at 15 finna come in and play immediately. Who we draft at 15 not gonna come and take nobody's job. Let's be real here. We pretty much got the starters already set in stone. Okay. You might get off John Collins. You might get off Capella, but we already have the person that's going to replace them waiting in the wings. Okay, let's keep it a buck. Okay, so whoever we draft at 15, probably, and I've said it before, and I'm going to say it again, probably going to get a majority of their time in College Park, just like Martin did, Tyrese Martin. He got a lot of time He got a lot of time in College Park. I advocate for that. So who I want at 15 is I want Keontae George out of Baylor. Okay. He's a freshman, young. He can do everything. Matter of fact, let me run some highlights for y'all, man. Shout out who was this? This is Swish right here. Shout out Swish. We're gonna see. I'm gonna show y'all some of this so y'all can see this guy, man. Okay, he's 6'4". He remind me of a D Wade type player. Okay, let's check him out.
Trying to go to work, guarded by Franklin. He'll pull up with two hands in his face.
Y'all see that pull up?
Calling his own number and knocking it down.
Y'all watch these highlights now.
Dribble, switched hands.
So he already can get to the basket.
Contest.
Range.
Bingo. George again.
And one.
George.
Bucket.
On the three-point.
Keontae
Look
George
at that cross.
What a move.
Up in. Count those buckets.
2 decades. Tough shot.
Count it.
Keontae George puts it up.
George in the lane.
That's nice.
On the floor to get that steal.
Look at that.
See if George can take it all the way in.
Look at that.
Baylor the other way. Here's George.
In the lane. Finish it at the rim through contact.
Full head of steam. And he got it again. You can hear Eric Musselman stop
Pull
the
back.
Arkansas sideline. George with 3. Keontae George. Corner. Follow it.
Buckets.
Have his ups and downs. Some days good, some days bad. But Zach has to be consistent. He's been here long enough
Talk
to
to
where
me, guys.
Football Bears host Kansas State
Talk to me.
this Saturday and TCU next Saturday.
Talk to
There's
me.
a bucket.
Just in case y'all didn't know, he also was the Big 12 freshman of the year, rookie of the year. Okay. He 19. And like I said, guys, they're not going to play immediately anyway. So you could take him, and obviously we know he's not a finished product, but he does stuff that we already need. He already know how to do it. Get to the basket and finish at the rim through contact. Who does that for our team? Can anybody think of somebody? Who gets to the basket consistently, finish at the rim, finish through contact without Trae Young giving them the basketball? We don't have nobody. I think the only person who could probably do it on the current roster is Tyrese Martin. And he's a rookie. He played at College Park for us last year. So, like, why not go get this guy if he's there at 15? I think he's going to be there. I don't think it's a reach. I think it's going to be a steal if he's there at 15. A complete steal. Okay? I'm thinking about him. Now, I know I was talking to Matt. Matt liked that guy, Maxwell Lewis, but he can't even attack the basket. He can't even finish at the rim. So, I mean, come on, guys. That's who I think we should go get. I know people put other what's the guy from Kentucky, but I don't think that the Kaysen, is that his name? I don't think he's gonna be there.
Case and Wallace.
What's his name, Georgia?
Case and Wallace.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna be there at 15.
No.
I don't think he's gonna be there at 15. He canceled. This is the same guy. He canceled the workout with us. So obviously, some team has made him a promise that they're going after him. They're going to pick him. That's why he canceled his workout with us. My other pick is Derek Lively. I said Derek Lively. I bought Derek Lively up a while back. He can now you go get a Lively, which he might not be there at 15 after he put on that little 3-point display on his pro day with them scouts. So he might not be there at 15. Okay. But if he's there at 15, will I take him or will I take George? I would probably lean more towards Lively because I think Lively would be able to help us earlier than George. Meaning if you get Lively, it's like a domino effect. You get Lively, then you can easily move off Capella, trade them, get an asset in return, trim some money off the books. But I don't think he's going to be there. I don't think Lively going to be there, man. I see the homeboy, young boy, say Nick Smith. I haven't looked up Nick Smith.
Yeah, the dude from Arkansas.
Oh, he a baller, Georgia? Really? Let me go.
He's been linked to Toronto. Yeah, they talking about Toronto want to trade up to get him.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, let me check this. Nick Smith for Arkansas, you say, right?
Right.
Let me see what's up with him. I ain't even looked at this guy. Let me see here.
Stop, Nick Smith. Nah.
Let's see. Okay.
Smith, step back three.
Count it.
Nick Smith Jr. Baseline bury.
Okay.
Smith will take it himself.
Oh, he gets
it to go. Jordan Walsh. Smith. Reverse. Go.
Ooh.
Smith ends up with it. All the way to the rim.
Oh, I like it.
Smith hits the other way.
like
The
what I'm
lob.
seeing.
Whoa!
He got hot.
Smith can fly his top and getting back.
Ooh, defense.
But they give it away, and Smith with the jam.
Kai Mitchell came to play today.
Oh, steal.
Okay. Oh, bro, I'm impressed. I am impressed. Wow. Okay, so he good, man. Nick Smith tough, but you said Toronto looking trying to get him. Toronto. Oh, and they draft before us too. Well, he might be gone by the time we get to us. So I'm either Lively. I think Nick Smith, he might be gone if Georgia Kids said if Toronto looking at him, they pick before us. So I mean, they don't even got to trade up to go get this guy unless some other team before them want him. But my two picks is Lively, and I'm looking at Keontae George. I love George, man. I think this dude gonna be the next D Wade, man. He's 6'4". I mean, the dude can shoot. He attacked the basket, finish at the rim. His handles is legit. I mean, man, it's hard to tell that. It's hard for me not to want to go get this guy, man. It's hard for me not want to go get this guy and stash him in the G League for a year, man. Let him get 30 minutes in the G League, man. Let him get 30 minutes in the G League and get it in, man, and just develop down there, man. Shout out to the homeboy RJ up in the building. What's good, my guy?
Hey, man, what's up, fellas, man? I've been watching the show, man. Y'all been spitting some real facts, but I'm going to tell you, man, I like the Lively kid, man. I think the reason why, one of the biggest things that the Hawks are missing right now as well is some size. But I'm going to be honest with you. I'm of the mindset of like this here, man. Fuck them picks. Bro, if my boy Brown is available, man, we got to go get him.
You talking about Jaylen Brown?
Yes, sir. If he is,
sir.
Listen, RJ, listen to me. Listen to me, man.
Yeah.
I don't want you to get excited. Okay. I ain't even gonna lie. Y'all see me up here. I was over here fronting. Let's go get Jaylen Brown. But man, something happened to me a couple weeks ago, RJ. You know what it was called? Mother freaking reality.
That's a fact.
The Hawks not spending the Hawks, listen. I think the DeJounte Murray trade left a sour taste in ownership's mouth. You know, you make that type of move and we don't really improve. Now we are at a point to where you could lose him for nothing. I think that left a sour taste in Tony Ressler's mouth, man. But then, like I've been pointing this out, man. Tony Ressler has owned the team for 8 years. He's never paid the luxury tax. So it's hard for me to. You go get a Jaylen Brown, you're gonna be in that tax. You can't go get, because I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. He's gonna sign with the Celtics. It will have to be a sign and trade. Because I'm gonna tell you like this: if I'm Jaylen Brown, I ain't leaving that damn money out there to come play for. I ain't playing. I ain't leaving that money to go play with nobody.
Right.
Unless I'm at the end of my career ring chasing. But I can't leave $300 million on the table, bro. So we're probably looking at a sign and trade. And then it's about who we gonna give up to get them. Then you got to replenish the roster.
Right.
What you gonna replenish the roster with? Because you're gonna have Trey between Trey and Jaylen Brown. You're looking at $90 million right there off the rip just for them two. $90 million. The cap only gonna be around. I think it's gonna be around maybe 170, 180, somewhere around there. So you were not gonna be able to fill a competitive team unless the boys AJ and JJ and not a Conwu, but AJ and JJ can give you some major minutes because they still on a rookie contract. So I mean, and I'm just going off Hawks history under wrestler. He don't pay the tax. So I mean, go ahead, RJ. Go ahead. You know what? Listen, I don't want to be a Debbie Downer. Go ahead, man. Go ahead, live it up, man. I don't want to be no Debbie Downer.
Hey, listen, man. All I'm saying is if the dude is available, you got to make a run at him. And here's why, though. Here's why. When you're looking at our division, man, a lot of the other teams are on the come up right now, man. Are they going to be on the come up? I've been seeing reports that they're talking about Charlotte may even get their hands on Zion Williamson because there's rumors that Charlotte wants to move up to the number 2 or the number 3 overall pick. And so, the Pelicans, the Pelicans want to move up to the number 2 or 3 overall pick. So they may look to trade Zion Williams. And let me tell you, man, Jaylen Brown's not the only dude that's out there, man. I think D'Angelo Russell right now is on the trading block, man. The Hawks could use him. And you wouldn't have to get.
No, we can't.
No.
Bro.
No.
Listen, man. This team is. Listen,
RJ,
man.
I love you like a brother. But that D-Lo comment right there, I'm side-eyeing you right now, RJ, with that
Man,
D-Lo
y'all don't like D-Lo?
No.
Well, you know what? We already got a point guard. That's going to give us 3 point guards.
Well, I'm saying no, this is what I'm saying. Because this is my fear, right? If Trey's going to want out, if we're not competitive, if we're not championship ready, what I'm saying is I'm thinking future ahead. If Trey wants out, you're going to have somebody that's going to be able to back that position up, because that's how I'm looking at it, because I don't really see it unless you go into the luxury tax. I don't really see a way the team is going to be competitive if you don't go out and get a major piece, a major player. No rookie's going to make this team competitive, man. That's not a rookie at number 15 that's going to make this team competitive. But there are some guys that can come in and make this team competitive. And I feel like if Trey's going to want out towards the end of the season, I need some insurance policies. You got to have some insurance.
We're not in the position to do insurance policies right now, though. We're not in that position. You could say but first of all, shout out my guy Solution up in the building. Shout out to the boy Marquise up in the building, young boy in the building. Y'all know the number 1 hater, Raj up in the building. Shout out to Brian up in the building. I'm gonna get with you, Brian. I read it, man. I'm gonna talk about that Dallas trade that was mentioned. We're gonna talk about that too. But I'll tell you one thing, man. Marquise, there you go, Marquise. Marquise has been how long I've been saying that? 90% of this roster coming back, bro. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Okay. We are not in the position, and this is where your DeJounte Murray trade. This is where shout out Dwayne up in the building. This is where your extension of Clint Capella. See, now all this stuff coming now to bite us in the butt. Okay. Say if we didn't have Murray, right? Guess what? Maybe we could be talking about trying to hop in the top 5 of the draft. If somebody was there that they like that was going to be an immediate starter. Okay. Yes, my son. No, ask here. Go right here. Go popcorn right there. But sorry guys, that's my son. You got the extension on the Hunter contract. So that's why I'm saying, like, when we do all these moves, you know, the front office to me shows their inexperience. They don't know how to plan. Okay. You let a guy like Hunter, especially if he restricted, you let him test the market. The Murray trade, you don't make that trade unless you got all your other pieces lined up, including the coach, including the offense that he would thrive in. When you extend Capella, when he still had a year left on his contract, now you limit. When you extend Bogdanovich, you limit yourself. And that's one thing I'm missing about Travis is that he always kept us. We was competitive, okay. We was nowhere near a championship level team. We was competitive, but the most important thing with Travis, and if you like him or don't like him, you got to agree to this. He kept us flexible. So if there was an opportunity to jump on a legit all-star, all NBA type player, or they thought they spotted somebody in the top 5 that could change the game for us, then you could make a move to try to move up. But since our front office don't know what they're doing, now we look unorganized. Now our moves are limited. People keep asking me about John Collins. Okay. They had offered for John Collins at the deadline last year. Why they didn't take that? I'm gonna tell you why. And I ain't even got no insider knowledge. But let me tell you like this. Shout out Tristan in the building. Let me tell y'all this, man. When y'all see teams or fans come up with these trades for the Hawks, right? Especially when it's one of us coming up with trades, look at it from the other team's standpoint. If I'm let's say the Nets, why would I trade for John Collins, who's owed another $75 million, when I got Cam Johnson right here, who I could just go ahead, who's a free agent, who's restricted, who I could just pay, and I don't even need John Collins. You see what I'm saying? So when you look at when these people come up with these trades, look at it from the other team. The reason, this is my opinion, the reason they didn't move John Collins this past deadline, because I guarantee you the teams that could take on his salary probably wanted us to attach an asset, a pick to it. Once again, this is where the DeJounte trade come and bite you in the butt. Because with no DeJounte, say without DeJounte, we don't trade for DeJounte. And say we don't make the playoffs. But guess what? You still have an asset. You still got those picks. So you could have gave up one of those picks to get off the Collins money. Do you think a team with cap space like the Rockets, who could absorb Collins' contract, they not taking him on for free? Prime example. Y'all remember when they sent Carmelo Anthony to Atlanta? That was just because we had the cap space to absorb his salary. But guess what? They sent us a first-round pick with it. That's why we did it. So that's why Collins still here. And I believe unless and I don't even believe the Dallas trade, because if I was Dallas, I wouldn't even do that trade. I wouldn't even do it if I was Dallas. Why would I give the 10th pick to get a guy that's owed $75 million over the next 3 years? And you just had Christian Wood and he didn't work. What makes you think Collins gonna work? And see, that's how you got to look at these trades, man. Look at it from the other team. Why would they want John? Why would they want Capella? You'll see some teams could use a Collins, could use a Capella. But once again, then you got to look at the money. I'm going to tell you like this, guys. Now shut up and let y'all holler at the boy Solution. And let RJ finish his thought, then we go Solution. I'm going to tell y'all like this, man. John Collins, okay? John Collins is a good basketball player. The thing is this. It seems like for everybody else, people have excuses on why said player didn't perform. But for some reason, when it comes to Collins, people have this unrealistic expectations. A lot of people don't like to add context to Collins. So when they say Collins only averaged A, B, C, and D, they fail to realize, well, John Collins is your fourth option on the team. Trey, DeJounte Hunter. Hit Bogey. I think he about the fifth when it comes to usage. You see what I'm saying? So I think when people talk about Collins, it's a reason why teams at one point wanted John Collins, because he can play. We just not using him, and I'm not going to fault Quinn because Quinn fell on this mess. We're just not using him where he's most efficient at. But I'm gonna tell you, I think we coming back with John Collins next year. Because me personally, I just gave up 3 unprotected, 25, 26 a pick swap, and 27. I'm not giving up an asset to get off money. When guess what, guys? Next year, 20 million is about to be the average for your NBA starters. You feel me? Go ahead, finish your thought, RJ, and then we go to the homie solution.
All right. My last thing, man. My issue with John Collins has never been a talent thing. I want to make that perfectly clear. It's not a talent thing with John Collins for me. It's a mentality with John Collins that I have an issue with. And I take a huge issue with his mentality. And I think that type of mentality, to me, in sports is weak. So that's one of the reasons why I want John Collins out of here. Not because of mentality, not because of talent issue, just the mentality.
But you know what, RJ?
Yeah.
I hate to say it, man. Mentality, though, is very important for the individual player. Teams don't take that into consideration when it's time to trade a player.
Yeah.
They're not going to say, you know what, I'm going to take on $75 million over the next 3 years because we like his attitude. You see what I'm saying? Or a team is not going to say, I'm going to trade John Collins because I'm tired of him picking people up off the floor that's not on our team.
Well, see, here's my thing with that. I disagree with that because how did Dylan Brooks, how does Patrick Beverly stay?
Oh, RJ, you there?
I'm back. Yeah. So I was getting a call. I was like, see, the only reason why I disagree with that is because how does a Patrick Beverly, how does a Dylan Brooks, even though he's playing in China right now, how do those guys stay on rosters? It's that mentality. It's that rough toughness that you need from said individual players.
But RJ, I'm gonna tell you this.
Yeah.
Every player you see in the NBA, right, that you think is like a role player or got a specific role on the team, well, role player. What I do, I go back and look at their college highlights. Dylan Brooks can play. At one point, he was like averaging year 2 or 3 in Memphis. He was averaging 15 points a night up in there. This year, he turned himself into a sideshow because he wanted to run his mouth. He didn't have to, and he had a terrible shooting year this year. Pat Bev can play, but at the NBA level, the teams that he on, he don't have to. He's not relied on to score the ball, so he plays his role. You see what I'm saying? But I'm gonna tell you like this, man. I'm gonna tell you like this. It come down to the money and the talent. The money and the talent. Because John Collins, he's a great guy to have on a team. He's a good company man. He's a good I think John Collins, he's all NBA first team interviews, right? But guess what? Teams don't care about that.
No.
Teams don't. You think I've been trying to tell people, teams they don't care what these players' attitude. They don't care about that. Can you produce? Can you fit a role on our team? That's what they look at. It's the same thing like with Ja Morant. Don't nobody care. Listen, realistically, no one cares Ja Morant got guns. No one cares. Okay. Only people who care is the people who don't play in the NBA. That's it. Only other people who care is the advertisers. And they only care because the people who don't play in the NBA are the ones who buy the product. But guess what? Behind closed doors, every last general manager will take a Ja Morant on their team. You feel me? But I feel you, man. I feel you. But like I said, RJ, I ain't trying to be a Debbie Downer, man. You know, don't get me wrong. You know my motto. Hey, I'm like y'all remember pro wrestling, Ted DiBiase, the $1 Million Man? I'm like Ted DiBiase. Everybody got a price. Okay, you come with me with the right deal, you can have anybody on this squad because I'm all about wins. What's good, Solution? Holla at me.
Hey, how you doing tomorrow?
Chilling, man, chilling.
I mean, this as real Hawks fan, bro. This like a real brave topic to bring up, bro. Because listen, we ain't had nothing to cheer for since probably, Trey Young, and I put Collins in there when it comes to the draft. This is probably one of the lowest and lows in the organization when it comes to drafting, bro. But I mean, I got it up on my laptop now, bro. But we ain't drafted 7 foot. Let me tell you how sad this is, bro. We ain't drafted a 7-footer in the draft since Eddie Tavares in 2014. And where the hell is he at?
You know what he doing right now? Balling for Real Madrid.
Yep.
We need to bring his ass back over here for a workout. That's what we need to be doing. Go ahead, man. My bad.
No, hey, me and you, we come from the same generation when it comes to Hawks fans. Just Hawks supporters, bro. And one thing we always, man, since the days we had Spud and Dominique and Rollins and Willis, we've been wanting size. Like, we can't get, man, Atlanta Hawks fan, we can't even feel any kind of way about the draft this year because we've been tricking off drafts for over a decade now, bro. I mean, we basically talking about tricking off John Collins right now, right? And it's
a decade. You could start. I go back to 2000 when we started tricking them off.
Man, you look at our drafts, bro. It's sad, bro. Like,
and you know what solution? I can give you top 10 picks we done tricked off since 2000.
Let's talk draft, bro. Come on, like, look at this, bro. Like, I know how some people on the panel was like, supporters of Sharif Cooper. He gone. We can't find, we re-signed veterans like Bogey, but then we go to Duke and get AJ Griffin. We tricked off the Jackson Hayes and Cam Reddish draft, Skylar Mays. Like, what is this? What is this organization doing, man? It's like, I want to make a point too when it comes to John Collins. And what we got to really understand is we don't have basketball players on this team. You know why? First of all, when you're not developing through the draft and you can't get free agents here, that cripples your franchise. Let me say that again. When you're not developing through the draft and you can't get free agents to come here, this is why you got a 41-41 team. And I'm going to tell you why. When our draft picks come here, like when Trey came here and John came here, they were very talented. But when you have an organization that's diabolical in the front office and you got one vision over here and another vision over here, what do you think the talent that we bring in here is seeing? One, you know what they're seeing? They're seeing that we running this franchise as a business. So you know what's going to trickle down on the players? They're gonna become businessmen. That's what they're gonna become. They're gonna worry about themselves. And that's what where the tricking came off with the Cam Reddish, while Cam Reddish was get out here. Everybody was thinking about themselves. Nobody was, this person didn't get along with this person in the locker room and this and that. So we have a group of young players that got paid before their time. We didn't let them prove it. But when you see the rest of them running this shit like a business, tricking off 3 first-round picks and all this, it's a business. And are we improving as a team when the front office is making these situations? The rest of them ain't worried about no draft picks this year. But as a real Hawks fan, what we look for, we need size. I don't want to hear nothing about no 6'4" guard, man. I mean, why are you going to bring a 6'4" guard in here and you extending Bogey with all that money, man? That don't even make no sense. And if we can't get the young dude that we were just talking about, if Toronto's looking at him, we need to trade up. We need to get somebody 6'11", 7 feet in here because they're going to move Capella. They up there talking about that, Harden and Capella used to play together. And it was saying that, we may get KJ Martin in the trade and ship Capella to Houston because Houston is really looking, Udoka ain't trying to be mediocre. He coming there trying to make some stuff happen, and they got money to make big moves. So, and wrestler, he's not gonna pay the luxury tax. We all know that. So who's the first person to go? Most likely it's gonna be Capella, because the best person right now we are developing right now, this team is who? It's Double O. So most likely he's gonna put in there. So that's why we need, if we're gonna move some books off of the whole scenario, we need to draft another big. If we're gonna run Capella and Collins together more, we got to get another backup big that we can develop, because we bring somebody, our front court is loaded. We don't have no space to bring no other guard in here, man. And then we talking about making Jalen Johnson more of a ball handler. Come on, man. We ain't got no room for no more 6'4" guard. I mean, it's just we haven't developed any guards. Cam Reddish gone. Herter, we traded Herter away. We got Devontae Graham in 2018. He gone. It just don't make any sense, man. It's the same thing with the Falcons, Demond. We've been saying that we need defense, and we get offense. We get Robinson, a running back, when we already got Algier. We go out and we get Pitts when we need defense. When is this team going to realize you're not going to get better defensively if you can't get a rim protector and you can't stop people from scoring at the rim and getting easy shots and uncontested shots? Our identity is not going to change until we become more physical on that front court, man. So I just want to make that point. I got a few more points down the line, but I just kind of want to start with that, man.
Or you know what? Or, and then I'm gonna say this, then I'll go to the youngest in charge. If the players can play smarter defense, okay, knowing your personnel, knowing who's on the court, not helping all the time, understanding, having situational awareness on the court, during the game, during certain moments, and that's where we lack at. Now, obviously, to me, the problem on the defense, to me, the number one problem with the whole team is the defense.
Yeah.
That's the number one problem. Now, when you want to break it down, in my opinion, the problem with the defense starts with our guards. We can't have one guy taking risks and the other guy not good at defending. Shout out to the homie King Phillip in the building. So I mean, hopefully, and y'all have heard me say it, I'm gonna say it again for probably the millionth time. The best thing we can hope for, okay. I'm gonna keep it real. We ain't trading up, okay, in the draft. Y'all might be gonna throw that out the window right now. That ain't happening, okay. Because we don't even got the assets to go get one of those game changers. Because if I'm trading up because I see somebody who's gonna start on this team immediately. So we're not trading up because we don't got the assets outside of a Trae Young to get in the top 3, maybe 4, depending on who take who at the time. So that's a no-go. We need, if Quinn can get the players to be smarter on defense, and like I said, my hope, I'm not expecting Quinn to come and turn this team into some top 10 defense. What I'm asking is for Quinn to come in, smarten the players up some, and if we can shave just 4 points per game, if we can take it from 118, we ended the season giving a 118 per game. If we can get it down to 114, to me, the offense gonna be top 10. I'm not even concerned about the offense efficiency scoring the ball. And the offense stay in the top 10. We can win 50 games. If we could have held teams to 114 per game, guess what? We beat the Celtics in the playoffs. But when you're giving up 118 during the regular season, then go to the playoffs and give up more points. We gave up 120 per game to the Celtics in them 6 games, guys.
Well, okay. DeMar, it sounds like to me that you saying that the players got to improve.
I'm saying this. one, they do need to improve. But my main thing is, I think that's the biggest thing that can happen to the Atlanta Hawks, because we ain't trading for no big time free agent. Ain't no big time free agent even gonna come here right now. Okay?
Shit, that's all you can do. How the players get better, because
So
you got on the money.
Well,
so
here's
they got to get better defense. And
hey,
I'm saying, and that's why I say just improve the defense by 4 points. Go from 118 to 114. We're a 50-win team. Okay. And another thing, and I think RJ said it, we need a team identity and mentality. Sort of, and something to the effect of, this may sound corny, but I'm just making something off the top of my head. What was the saying? Buddy was saying, don't play with your food. Okay. Tricked off games to San Antonio. Tricked off double-digit leads to the Rockets. Tricked off games to the Hornets, who didn't even make the playoffs, and lost one game to the Hornets where they didn't have Rozier or Melo Ball playing. We play with our food too much. Okay. And it came back and bit us in that second half of the season, especially the last 25 games, because now for us, every game mattered. We couldn't afford, every time we lost a game, it was hurting us. We all looking at the standards. Where we at? Where we at? You see what I'm saying? What's good? The youngest in charge up in the building. What's good, my guy?
What's going on? How y'all doing?
Chilling, man. Chilling. We was talking some draft, man. Y'all, you know, I showed you, I'm already on the Keontae George train, bro. So, hey.
I'm shocked you want to take Keontae George.
Or Derek Lively. Tell me if I'm crazy, analyst. Let me give you my thoughts behind it.
Okay.
I want to add some context.
Uh-huh.
Right now, whoever we draft at 15, let's keep it a buck. They not playing. Okay, they're gonna get a bunch of DMPs. They're gonna get a bunch of 2 minutes when the game's already decided, like once every couple games. I'm saying you grab him. He only 19. I think he about to be 20. He a freshman. And you draft him, let him play summer league, then you send him straight to College Park. I would run him the whole season down there at College Park. Let him get 30 minutes a game down there with those guys, instead of sitting up here in Atlanta on the bench and only getting some burn doing practice when, you know, it don't even matter. So that's my thought process behind that, you know. And let me add this before I hand it back to you. Matt's guy, Maxwell Lewis, go watch his draft profile, man. Go watch his scout pro. He can't even attack the basket. He can't fit. He weak. He terrible, man. I was like, this dude, the dude can shoot. Don't get me wrong. But when we need a slasher, we don't have no guard or small that can get to the basket consistently and finish through traffic, through contact. That's what we missing. You know, I was hoping it was going to be Hunter this year, you know, because I promise you, if you go back and look, every time Hunter get to the line 5 or more times, he giving us 20 points a night.
Demar, I want to make a quick point, man.
He don't do it though.
The problem we having with the whole evolution of defense is when your best defensive player on the court, as we have crowned him, Hunter, he's not a vocal person. One, and if you're not going to be vocal, that's fine, because like Kawhi Leonard, right? He's not very vocal, but then you know what you got to do? You got to lead by example, and he don't do neither of those two. So that's the issue we have on defense, man. We don't have anyone that wants to be vocal, first of all, show any emotion, get in players' face, take over for the coach sometimes. And if they're not going to be that part of their identity, they got to be able to lead by example. And when you're inconsistent, that's it's not there. So I just want to make that point, because you were saying we got to get better defensively. And he was hoping, we got a whole new coaching staff. I got to kind of break down some of these coaches we bringing in here, because I hope, man, Boston putting so much people around.
Tatum and
yeah, man, they put. I think they got the one dude, Sam Cassell. They got a couple other people like coaching. They're like, okay, we saw that Missoula got our coach. Let's fix that, right? So, I mean, Quinn got his people coming. I got to kind of research a little bit more the people we got. I know we got a female assistant too, but we got to have they got to find somebody that's going to be a general on that court that's going to be either vocal. I don't want you to be vocal like John Collins after the game. I need you to set example and set the tone during the game. I'm just tired of this businessman mentality, just going through the motions and all that. And we need people, man, that's gonna show that they really wanna, make a difference and impact, man. Go ahead though.
Hey, I about to say, I know Demond was going to not, but I about to say, man, as far as this next season, the way I'm looking at it, I'm expecting like a whole different mentality anyway. Hell, you can kind of see it kind of coming off trail a bit, even with his podcast and kind of opening up more to talk. But just overall, man, like you got like the players should be looking at it like this. You got a new coach. You ain't, you know what I'm saying? All of that BS that was going on with Nate or whatever. Look, we finally back to ground zero. Let's see how you gonna do it, Quinn. I don't know if Quinn is really. I'm looking at it like Quinn ain't finna sit there and just play with you. You know what I'm saying? He gonna try to figure you out. He gonna try to work to your strengths. But if you ain't doing the job, man, I'm guessing he gonna let you know about it. And when he let you know about it, it's up for you to straighten up. Or we about to get rid of it. Because after you switch the coach, it's like, hey man, it's either you or the coach, and we just paid this dude to get him in here, and we can't necessarily say he's a more proven one than Nate, but we're expecting bigger things than what we've been getting. And he's offensive minded. So, and he bringing in people with like that one dude from the Euro know how to draw up some good plays. So, hey man, we got a lot of stuff here. We just need players that's gonna take charge to do what they need to do. And speaking of Hunter, if Hunter gonna show up, now is no better time than ever. He need to show up this season. That's one person that need to take his game to a whole nother level this season and just show like, hey man, I've been, I ain't had it together yet, but now I got somebody that believe in me. I want to go do this and that, whatever. But Hunter need to step up this season, and this would be a great season to see JJ step up too. But players just got to come in and be ready to work, man, and be hungry, man. I think it's just been a lot of bullshit, man, and they finally played up to their mid level with all the dumb stuff they had going on last season. But this season, oh no, ain't no more games, bro. They got to come in ready to win.
What's good, analyst? Talk to me.
Yeah, so I was just looking at some since you were talking about the draft. That's an interesting perspective you were talking about with Keontae George. So your kind of vision is he's going to be a stud if we stick him in College Park, let him kind of cook a little bit down there, and eventually he can be really good enough to where he can come up and help us.
Yeah, I'm thinking come up and help us. Probably not. Come up and help us maybe due to injury. But really, I'm thinking about next season with him. Let's be real. Let's look at our last couple picks. Not counting AJ, because AJ, JJ, not counting Double O because he was a top 10 pick. So let's look at JJ. JJ, first year, he got no burn. Majority of his games was where? College Park. But we kept bringing him back up here and letting him sit on the bench, even though everybody knew he wasn't going to get no playing time for whatever reason. I knew he wasn't going to play from jump because this team is still trying to compete. Not saying competing for a championship, but we're trying to compete. We're trying to win games. So we don't have time to experiment with a guy. Hey, guy, go out there and see what you got. I mean, you'll see Nate used to put him in his rookie year, 1 minute left in the game, which no one cared about. Okay, let's fast forward. Boom. This year, he was getting really not. He got a little bit of burn. But the problem was with Jalen Johnson is because I believe there was so much pressure on Nate McMillan for this team to win, not just Nate McMillan, but the whole team to win games. Jalen Johnson didn't get that time that you get at a rebuilding organization where you get that chance to mess up and just play through it. So every time he messed up, Nate would yank him out the game. I give Nate credit. He was playing AJ. AJ was cooking. But guess what? Quinn Snyder did the exact opposite. He was like, nah, this dude AJ ain't cutting it. I don't care what he did the first half of the season. Right now, he boo-boo. He didn't get that opportunity to mess up or have a bad shooting night and then just be able to say, go and play through it. So
Hey, not to cut you off, but it felt like a reversal. It felt like
it was just
they
reversed.
didn't want to play the young guys.
It just
Rookie
reversed.
College just wanted to play the more mature guys. Well, but put him on the bench.
I think Quinn Snyder saw them boys in practice because remember AJ got cold after the All-Star break. I don't believe in the rookie wall crap.
Yeah,
I think he just wasn't hitting shots. But overall, his shooting numbers wasn't bad overall. He just had a bad shooting spell.
Mm-hmm.
But what you saw then, he played a lot of JJ until the playoffs. He played JJ 10 minutes one game, 11 minutes the next, and then JJ got 4 minutes here, 7 in another game, because those guys was not allowed to play through mistakes. So I'm saying we already know who we drafted 15 ain't playing on the Hawks. Okay, not real minutes. So draft a guy. If they can't trade the pick or whatever and move up to do whatever they want to do. If we stay at 15, let's start thinking about, because we don't got a pick in 25. We don't got a pick in 27. Let's start. You know what? If I can't get a guy that's gonna help me now at 15, let me get a guy who can help me next year or the year after. And then you draft them, send them straight to college. What's the thing of Monopoly? Pass, go, collect $200 on your way to College Park. Because guess what? If you go back in JJ rookie year, that's where JJ got all his monster stats down there at College Park. When he had a 20 and 20 game at College Park. Tyrese Martin last year.
I'm waiting to see him too.
Killing in College Park, and then because Tyrese Martin was on a two-way.
Yeah.
Killing in College Park. They brought him up to Atlanta. I can't remember when, but he was killing down there. Yeah. I think down there you get a chance to develop, make mistakes, build confidence. Personally, they should have left Tyrese Martin down there because they brought him up here for no damn reason. He didn't get to play.
Right.
Okay? Waste of time. Leave him down there. Let him get his game in. So I'm saying, analysts, at 15, if you can't get nobody to help you now, whether it's a player, which we know it ain't nobody there at 15 because all the top this draft ain't that deep. Not with game-changing players.
All right.
Get the young kid. He 19, 20. He might be 20 now. Send him down there to College Park. Let's start really developing our picks and not just bullshitting around. Bring them up, put them down. Bring them College Park. Bring them back to Atlanta. Put him in the game with 2 minutes left and the Hawks down 20. Let's see what he got. For what? Start thinking about the future. If the guy that you want is not there to help us now, like a Lively who can help us now, okay, in numerous ways. He can help us get off the Capella contract. We still got height, but if a Lively is not there, nobody is there to help us right now. So start thinking next year. Because what if you do end up losing a Murray for nothing, or for whatever reason you lose Murray? Okay. So, and that's what I'm saying. Am I crazy or what, analysts? Talk to me.
I won't say crazy. I just think I don't totally disagree with you. I just think we go about it a little differently. When I look at building a team, I look at, okay, what type of parts do we need? And I always look at how the playoffs play out, right? Who are the teams that last into the end? Ultimately, who wins it? What type of players do you have? What type of depth? What type of fits do you have? I think you saw with let's say a team like Denver, right? Denver was not in my opinion, a humongous team. Their backup big was Jeff Green, who was 6'8". They had some smaller guys at certain parts. They had times where they went small ball with Aaron Gordon at the 5, different stuff like that. So I'm looking at versatile lineups where Bruce Brown was handling the ball a little bit. Then I look at Miami where they didn't have a lot of size either. I'm not saying we don't need size. I think we need to add size, but I think at this point in the game, we got to look at adding. I won't use the word specialist. We got to look at adding characteristics. Guys that are willing to do, like, if I'm gonna be honest, like I would tell Matt this, in the draft, this is just me. I'm not going best player available, anymore in the draft. At this point, where I was trying to take a step forward. I think you look at, it was a prime example, Denver last year, right? They drafted Christian Brown in the first round. Huge part, right? He came in, that's a guy willing to do whatever he needed the team to do. Rebound, play the passing lanes, be a pest on defense, do whatever you need to do. If we can get a guy like that with size and length in the draft that can really surprise us and come in and get some minutes, then that's what we need. Now, as far as everything past that, I heard y'all talking about John Collins, which is a controversial topic, but I'm for trading John Collins. I think we have to move him now. What for? We'll see, right? I have a couple of ideas. Obviously you see some rumors out there, but I have a couple ideas, right, about some parts that I think we could use. Obviously, I feel like at shooting, if we're looking at it as just position by position, shooting guard, I feel like we're good. I think with DJ, I think with Bogey and AJ, I think you have enough there. And then some other guys as well, Garrison Matthews and guys like that. But I think we have enough there. But I think if I'm looking to add a guy that can play almost any position out there on the court, maybe he's 6'3" or 6'4", but his impact is big, right? I think of a guy like I think of a defensive stopper, guy that can guard 1 through 4, depending on the 1 through 5. I'm thinking about a guy like Lou Dort, right? I'm thinking about a guy that Oklahoma City is questioning because they have another 12th pick. I heard they're looking to use some of their picks to move up and get another first round pick. And I think they're trying to figure out I think they're trying to figure out their fit over there. If you can move JC, let's just say in theory, right? You trade John Collins for Lou Dort, Kenrich Williams, and a future draft pick, whether that's a first or a second round draft pick, right? I think those are two guys that they're not the flashiest popping guys, but I think, like I said, it's about fit. It's about having the right guys willing to do the little things. I think you saw that. You had your supporting nucleus in Nicola and Jamal, but you had the other guys who was willing to do everything. If DeAndre Hunter could realize one of these games, what Michael Porter realized. Michael Porter shot a horrible percentage. Well, it wasn't horrible, but he was having an off game, game 5. But he had 13 rebounds, I believe. That was impactful. So if we can get Hunter to be that type of guy, we can get that type of buy-in to, all right, your shot's not falling. Do whatever it takes for your team to win, whether that's grabbing an extra board, boxing out, going and being a pest on the defensive side of the ball. I think we need that. And then can just, if you move Capella, I think you continue to add front court depth. But I think right now with Trey and Murray, I think you have room to finagle a little bit, maybe add I don't know if you add another star right now. You got to look at the market, but I will say this, right? I'm all for going out and getting as much talent, but I think what we have to look at is at some point we have to look at the teams that are lasting in these playoffs. They have motors on their team. We got to get a motor on our team to where we're not reliant on Trey, Murray, or whoever, Quinn, whoever. We have motors on our team that are going to keep us going. They're going to do the little things to win these games. Prime example, Jamal, you talked about tricking off the Houston game. In that game, we give up 35 offensive rebounds. I don't know if a team has done that in NBA history. So I'm just saying, if you have a guy that's out there boxing out, grabbing those extra possessions, we win that game, right? So it's about getting guys that are willing to do the little things, take certain challenges, do the dirty work, but not a specialist, but someone that's willing to do anything to win.
So why can't the players we have now do that? I don't understand. It sounds like to me what you're saying, analyst, is, and I'm not trying to just dumb it down, but in the simplest form, what you just told me, it sounds like the players just don't put forth effort. Hunter can go get rebounds.
Yeah,
why
you're
don't
right.
he? Why does
Yeah,
he only get 3 boards?
Yeah.
Why is I mean, I could come up. It sounds like at the end of the day, it's effort. It sounds like at the end of the day, I think the only thing, the real definite thing that sticks out when you look at the Heat and you look at the Nuggets, they do have 2 legit all-star caliber players. Now you could say Murray, Jamal Murray, but Jokic makes up for that as a 2-time MVP, and he's a walking triple-double. We don't have that. So we lack the star. I'm not gonna say that star. We lack 2 stars. And if you lack in a star, that means we need more. So let's say Trey is the star. So that means we need more of a combined effort from everybody else, which we don't get.
But real quick,
go ahead.
Real quick, man, is it a fair assessment to say the organization has not done a great job of building around Trey, though? Is that
they haven't? They're horrible.
Not necessarily.
Because hear me out, man. Jimmy Butler, for all intents and purposes, is a star. Ain't nobody really else on that team is a major star, but they've done a great job of kind of putting pieces around Jimmy, and they got him to the finals.
You got to realize though, they do have a culture, and they have a great coach.
Well,
that
here's
goes
my
a long
thing.
way.
And see, this is why I'm never a big fan of tanking, man. This is why I'm never a big, because when you tank, that builds a losing culture. When you're always tanking and always losing, it builds a losing culture.
What coach we got on the Hawks?
Go ahead.
What's the Hawks culture?
Oh, the Hawks culture to me is losing.
But we don't tank. We've been in the playoff the past 2-3 years.
I won't say that. I think to your point,
listen, man.
You got a point. But I think to your point, we got rid of that.
Let's keep it all. Is something wrong with all of us because we're Hawks fans? But let's be for real, man. we are a losing culture, man.
No. You got a point. I think you got a point
that we give away.
Hey, real quick. I'm you know, analysts brought up the Houston game, right? So Finisher dropped the stats from the Houston game. You know, I was watching somebody, one of them Houston fans posted a little video of us clowning the Rockets in the first half. Remember when Murray shot the 3 and then he hit the buddy on top of the head like boop. And remember they did a little pass. He threw it to Trey. Trey hit the 3 and Trey was like, and then we end up losing the game.
That was
we don't have the correct culture, mindset. And what I used to say, and we just can't play 48 minutes of basketball, man. We can't do it, you know. And I think that all come down. Let me change that. Can that be fixed by the head coach?
Yes,
it can be fixed.
Because that's what my point was. That I can't even see your whole name, but that's what I was commenting on your comment about, where you were saying we got a losing culture. If you look at how things are played out, we had to restart after Bud and just start from ground zero. That's when they got Trey and then we got everybody else. So we were really just restarting, but we just happened to hit gold in that playoff series when we went to the ECF with Nate. But Nate was a part of that losing culture that we have built to do a rebuild. Now we're at a juncture where we've got rid of all that. We still got players. The players probably got to shake off that type of culture too. But at the same time, we got the players that we used to rebuild with. Now we got a coach that's coming in with a different mindset of actually going past where we've been. And so that losing mentality, I don't think is going to really linger with this team any longer because we finally shook off all that rebuild dust. Like this is really like the last part of the rebuild. We're going to end up adding pieces and trading people away eventually. But at the same time, normal teams really do that anyway. But right now, with the new coach, I think he's going to help set a new standard with these players that we have acquired through the whole rebuild process. And so to the point, I think we're going to be on a different level. That's what I'm expecting. But if we don't, that's a whole different story.
This is my thing with it, though, King Philip. This is my thing with it, man. As a Hawks fan, and I'm asking this to everybody, man. As a Hawks fan, are we tired of living on hope?
Listen, I'm asking a question.
I'm sick and tired of living on hope.
RJ, let me ask you a question. So you got to look at it like we've done answered a lot of questions on this show, man, for a lot of Hawks fans, and you can't have. First of all, we started this conversation about talking about the draft, right? First of all, you can't have culture when you're tricking off in the draft, right? You can't have culture when you're tricking off in the front office. Yeah. You can't have culture when the front office just throwing players out there and they're not thinking about the kind of chemistry they putting around their first round draft pick in Trae Young, right? So you can't have culture when you got a Rubik's Cube that got all these different colors all over it. And you know what I'm saying? And that's a problem. Think about it. We going through what the third head coach with Trae now? That's a big red flag, right?
No, not really though. Go ahead.
Not really. No, come on now.
That's a big ass red flag.
That's a big red flag.
Hey man, Kobe went through a lot of head coaches before he got the right one. So you know.
No, but my point is, I'm saying
Kobe ain't go through no lot of coaches. What you talking about?
Yeah,
when during his rookie year.
I retort on that in a minute. I'm gonna let him
But my point was, I'm saying is whether you agree or not, a coach. Look at what happened with Quinn. He got rid of all the other coaches that these players been playing under. Now he's bringing his system. Like Igor and Kokoskov, like they got a great relationship. And then like Bogey's from Serbia, and then Kokoskov is like him and Quinn got a great relationship. You gotta think about it. If you was on a regular job and you had like a really good manager you like, and then next thing you know, he got promoted, he's out of here, then you got to get adjusted to a whole nother manager. You don't know if he's gonna be an asshole or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? It's like we build up and then we build back down. That's not good. And now we hoping as fans that we go back to the Lloyd Pierce situation, right? He had something going on, and then it was an internal breakdown, right? And then Nate comes in, he's defensive minded, right? And then the thing was when Nate came in, Trae, when we got to the ECF, we talk about effort on his team. That was Trae. That was Trae effort. We saw it in Game 6 against Boston. That was Trae putting that effort in. But we can't get a collective whole of this team to put effort because you got John disappearing in the fourth quarter and Trae doing everything, and then you got DeJounte doing good, and then Trae turning the ball over. It's a big chemistry issue on this team. But going back, I want to make a point about the Miami, right? You got people like Jimmy and Adebayo, right? These guys are vocal. Like they get up there in the press conference off of a loss, and they talk about how they coming back. You can learn a lot about a player and his mentality by looking at the post game questions and stuff like that.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Yeah, you can learn a lot. Even like Giannis, when they was asking Giannis if it was a failure, Giannis, man, he did not. He is so competitive. He did not even want to say it was a failure because this is an MVP. How he's like, man, I'm an MVP. I'm an NBA champion. How that's going to look like me saying, like, we know it was a failure, but he's not going to admit to it, right?
Yeah,
we don't have that on our team, bro. Look, think about Adebayo. Spoelstra was backing up Adebayo's old Cody Zeller and Robinson and Highsmith. Look at the kind of players they backing up they big with, bro. And they still playing good defense, right? Who we got to come behind Trey? They got a dog and Lowry coming behind. Easily Lowry could have started, but he didn't. Lowry coming off the bench. He's an NBA champion. We don't got that, right? They got Caleb Martin coming in when Strus go to the bench. We ain't got that. And Caleb Martin didn't even start. They had Strus starting at the 3.
But Caleb Martin is not really coming into his own as well, though.
But when have we had anybody that have come into their own? Answer that question. When have we had anybody that have come into their own? You can't do that when you got different coaches coming in here that they can't get adjusted to a game plan or a development plan. But
and when you got a different front office making moves.
Is exactly
now, that I agree with 1,000%, man.
Everybody, like I was talking, I can't remember why I said it. Man, when you look at Miami Heat, when you look at Denver Nuggets, what's consistent? The general manager and the coach. How long Mike Malone been there?
Yeah.
What's his name? Calvin. What's the dude name? Analyst Matt Calvin, whatever the dude name is. When did he take over there? What year he took over?
Last year.
Okay. How long he been in that organization?
And to answer that question,
been in a lot of years.
Demond, to put light on top of that, what do head coaches do when they get a head coaching job? What they do? They go get coaches that they've been coaching with.
Because you want to have the consistency, the continuity.
Exactly.
That's what you want to have. And then obviously it's faster to train because your assistants already know what you want done, how you want it done.
Exactly.
The thing with Atlanta, and that goes back to what Solution said. That's why when you're on your third coach in 3 years or 4 years, it's not a good look. It's not a good look now. And I'm not even speaking about a player being named a coach killer. I'm talking about now, guess what? By the time Trey figured out Lloyd Pierce shit, Pierce got fired. By the time Nate put it and started whatever little bit of crap he did, he gone. Guess what? The general manager who drafted Trey, who hired LP, who fired LP, who hired McMillan, he gone. Yeah. The dude who drafted Hunter, he gone.
Yep.
See, it's all important because
that's what I'm saying, though, man. That's true. That's true. But when you know how we got here, it seemed like they trying to get it right because LP and them was really here just for player development while we rebuild. I don't really think they expected to get rid of LP that soon.
No, but the owner did.
Yeah.
That's the thing, and that's why I said Tony Ressler, stop meddling.
Yeah.
He didn't want to. Travis Link didn't want to fire Lloyd Pierce because he knew the team wasn't good. He knew
it wasn't part of his vision on his rebuild. Yeah.
You got a half-ass vision by Travis.
That's true.
I don't know who the hell vision we got now under Landry. I'm assuming
and that's the question mark.
Making some G calls. I don't know. And now with Quinn Snyder, with executive, he got some executives. He got to say on the roster and whatever. Who knows who's making the G calls over there?
Right. I was just go ahead.
And I think somebody asked me this in New Pat City. Shout out New Pat City, man. What up, Dominic? What's good, homie? He said, I listed all my grievances with the Hawks. One dude replied, he said, Damon, what do the Hawks need to do? I said, if I was the owner, if I could wave a magic wand, I'm clearing out the front office and I'm redoing my whole shit. And I'm telling those dudes who I hired, you're going to be here for a minimum 5 years minimum.
Right.
But you got to have the consistency and the continuity. That's what these championship organizations have.
Yeah. And that's why I think hopefully that's where we are right now. Because like I was just trying to say though, Pierce and them, they caught the short end of the stick, but they were really part more of the rebuild purpose and the just trying to help the young players come along. But Nate was part of. Hell, Nate didn't even want to coach. Hell, Pierce had to beg him to come down. So it's kind of like when we look at we on our third coach. If you know how we got here, it's kind of like okay, maybe we on the right path, but we just don't know yet because we ain't had a full season with Quinn yet.
Man,
You know
we
what
ain't
I'm
on no
saying?
right path, man.
We don't
ain't
know
on no
yet.
right
We don't know
path.
yet. We don't know. We
I'm
don't
telling
know.
you now, man, because I don't want you to get I don't want. Listen, I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer, but I don't want nobody to be like me. I sit here, I talk shit all day, but I be the first one drinking the fucking Kool-Aid, and then I be the first one disappointed. I don't want y'all to go through what I go through with these dudes, man.
But it's the thing we gotta understand though, Demond. There is no Kool-Aid to drink right now anyway, because we kind of really just starting over. It's not a hard rebuild, but this is like the start of something different.
This ain't even, bro. This. Listen, shout out to homie Xavier in the building. Listen, man, it's not a rebuild. You know what this is? We are what you call it. We trying to keep our head above water right now.
We're not a good area, bro. I'm gonna tell
We
you.
in a bad, and I don't care what the
bad
dudes
state,
on
bro.
Twitter say. We are in trouble. Cause I'm gonna tell you like this. I'm gonna say it again for the millionth time. Let us have the next 2 seasons winning 41 games, 45 games, first round exit. And watch that man Trae Young say, hey man, listen, I done gave y'all this year 8, this year 9. I'm trying to win a championship. It ain't happening here.
Think about it, bro. Think about it. If you was a GM of this team and you brought DeJounte Murray in, you just spent 3 round picks on him, and you got bounced out the first round, and you got to get under the luxury tax. You're gonna have to probably move somebody that you don't want to move, bro. Is that a good situation? Is that good? That's bad, bro. And if you move Capella or Hunter, who's supposedly like you're better defender, we are a bad defensive team. Who can we get to come in here to replace that?
And that's why I said the best thing we can hope for, the most impact, 2 things. Quinn getting these players smarter, and JJ, AJ, O coming up a level or 2 in their game. That's the best that can happen for us. Because we not going to get nobody. Okay? We don't even have assets to go get somebody like a Jay. Who would they want for Jaylen Brown? Unless Jaylen Brown said, unless Jaylen Brown requested a trade. And that's what I be trying to tell people. Stop going after these players who ain't requesting a leave. Because now you got to overpay like we did for DeJounte. But real quick, let me pivot just a tad. My bad. I know I'm running my mouth, guys. Y'all hop in whatever, man. Y'all know I'll get to talk and be yapping. Just hop in whatever. But the pivot on the Dallas deal, okay? The Dallas deal for now, I'm gonna tell you like this: the Dallas deal, does it make us a better team? Hell no. But let me tell you start looking at this stuff when you see these trades. Don't look at it as a fan. Look at it as the owner. Okay, you already know he don't go into the tax. So that Dallas trade is unbelievable for Tony Ressler. Why? Because Bertans is making $17 million this year, right? And his contract next year, it's only full and guaranteed for $5 million. So the Hawks, it's like I can get under the cap, get off Collins, and I get the 10th pick, which we probably gonna draft somebody who ain't worth a damn anyway, who ain't gonna start anyway.
You're not gonna start.
So you think Tony Russ ain't like, if it's true, because I don't think Dallas would do nothing that stupid. But if I'm Tony Russell, I'm on the phone, I'm calling Landry, I'm saying, Landry, hey, do that. Because guess what? You get off 25. And listen, Bertrand's contract in this year at $17 million. Collins still got another 3 at 75. So Bertans, even if he played good, because I don't even think it's a player option next year. I think it's a team option. His contract only guaranteed for $5 million next year. So Wrestler probably looking at like, you telling me I could save about $50 million over 3 years? Sign me up.
Yep.
But Bertrand, we might look. I don't care Because guess what? That State Farm Arena finna sell out again this year.
You know, the more you talk, I think that's why they brought DeJounte in, because they know they got to do all of this. The more that you speak on that, now I see why they brought DeJounte in here, because they know they're going to have to move somebody this year, bro.
So,
bro, that Dallas deal.
Hey, man, so basically, the Hawks are unseasoned food. It look good on your plate, but it damn sure don't taste good. Is that what you're saying to me right now?
No, it's more like how can I say this? Mom made a steak dinner, and you see the steak, but then she said, RJ, before you can eat that steak, I want you to eat your Brussels sprouts first.
That's what it is.
That's what it looked like. We got that one steak, which is Trey, and the rest of that plate full of Brussels sprouts.
Yeah. And you know, but here's my thing with all this, man. If what you're saying is on point, and I do believe it is, because based on what I've seen, the Hawks have a bigger problem then than just their players and just talent. You have a major front office issue. And if you have a major front office issue, what the hell are we even talking about winning for?
That's what I've been saying.
Hey,
RJ, why you think I keep saying, hey guys, we 90% of this roster gonna be back next year? Yeah. Because all he looking at, listen, wrestler is not looking at us. This is what wrestler probably gonna tell Landry Fields and them. Is there any move that we can make that's gonna make us a championship contender? They're gonna be like, no, because, or if you go get this guy, you got to give up all this, and he gonna be like, no, get me below the cap. And then guess what he's gonna do? Come on the radio and say, hey fans, don't even trip. When a player becomes available, I'll go into the tax.
There ain't no player available.
He been feeding us, bro. He been feeding us that for like the past 3 years. He been feeding us nonsense.
But you know what though, Demond?
What's up?
I don't really trip on that though necessarily, because as a Hawks fan, like we all are, that's been a thing that has plagued the Hawks for a minute, especially during the Bud era, because players didn't want to come. He just luckily happened to be able to whip up a starting five that could just whoop ass and get us somewhere in the playoffs. But we've been an organization that players ain't really wanting to come to anyway, until possibly now. We just ain't heard, you know what I'm saying, a big major guy talk about coming outside of Murray. But other than that, though, shit, we've been in that.
Let me tell you something, Phil. Let me tell you something. The Atlanta Hawks, okay? I'm going to tell you one of the worst mistakes we've made in the past, 2023? In the past, 5 years, 6 years? You know what the worst mistake has been?
What was that?
Not keeping Bud and at least his lead assistant. You should have kept him. Why? First of all, every assistant he had has went on to be a head coach and be successful. Okay. Second of all, what did Bud and his staff show us? They showed us they can get players paid. What's that mean? He can make players go out there. He make them players better than what the hell they is.
That's good coaching. Yep.
Yeah.
That's probably one of the worst mistakes. Think about it. This dude got us to pay Kent Bazemore $15 million a year. Bud got Toronto. He tricked Toronto and give a DeMarre Carroll $15 million per year.
Whew. What?
He tricked the Celtics and giving Horford max money.
What?
Come on, man. And you know what? We should have. Man, you know what, man? If I could go back in time, I would tell Tony Wrestler, listen, get this dude whatever he want, and you got to keep at least his leaders. They the ones who established Hawks University, where we develop the younger players at. They did that.
But hold on. You're right. This is where I'm gonna hang my hope out at. This ain't drinking Kool-Aid, but I'm not doom and gloom neither. But this is where I'm hanging my hope at. With that being said, We do have your boy on the staff now. He was part of that team. What's his name? Threeses? I forgot his name.
Corver.
Corver, yeah. We got Corver on the staff. And one of the things that they tried to make sure they did was it's almost like they usurped old boy who they made a GM and asked Corver for his input, and then he said, "Yeah, let's go get Quinn." So I'm looking at Corver and using his judgment from everything he's been through, what he kind of know, his analysis. I'm just hold out hope that he actually went and got a guy that can actually work with this team and actually make them better than what they were. But you got a great point about that. Hopefully, Corver has some of that knowledge, and it kind of went into his decision making on who they should call for a coach with Quinn.
Well,
But we'll see.
That's the word on the street, man. The word on the street was, I think I said it up here, but I'll say it again. The word on the street was Trae Young and Landry Fields wanted to get Udoka because they knew. Now, this is me speculating, right? Why would Trae and Landry Fields want Udoka over Quinn Snyder? Because Udoka was coming off that scandal, and he knew he just looking to get his foot back into the door. So he's gonna come here and say, "Yeah, I'll be the coach and be the yes man." So he would have came with no power. Quinn Snyder, right? Yeah. Remember when we went out to Quinn, he was chilling in Cancun, right? And this is what I try to tell people. This is what I tell people. Coaching is a fraternity. Hell, you hear the coaches say that. It's a fraternity. You really think, and this will trip me out when people be like, he didn't know what he was getting into. You really think Quinn Snyder, who could have easily said, Hawks, I get back, call me in the offseason. I want to see what else become of it. He could have easily said that, right?
Right.
You telling me Quinn Snyder, you really think he didn't talk to Nate McMillan? And you don't think Nate McMillan told him what's up with that front office? Not even the players, players, whatever. You gonna still tell me you don't think he said, "Hey, bro, if you come here, you need some power. You need some power, or you're not gonna be able to hold nobody accountable or do anything."
Yeah.
So y'all don't think it's funny when Quinn got here, he got executive privileges? I think he's like head coach.
But DeMond, the last time we were successful, it was under Bud. He had the same kind of power, so it makes sense. That's the only way you're gonna win. That's the only way you're gonna win in an organization that ain't won nothing. You gotta have executive power.
And you know why Quinn need that power? For two reasons. One, to hold the players accountable.
Yeah.
Yes.
So now he could say, "Hey, motherfucker, do this." You know what they're gonna say? Yes, because guess what? They know he can get their ass shipped up out of here, right?
Yeah.
I gotta go ahead.
Two, it's because now he don't have to. How can I say it? I'm not gonna. I don't want to say not listen to Landry, because technically Landry is his boss. But now he just don't sit back and just take whatever bullshit Landry and the rest of the front office dudes want to do. He could say, "Nah, y'all not finna do me dirty." Because I bet you money, if Nick McMillan had that power, we would have had a vet on this team, Solo or somebody.
And that's why I said that. That's why I said when they went and got him, it was kind of like a power move, and they knew they would get somebody, they got some good coaching pedigree, but when you look at Nate and them, the way they brought them in, it was like, man, y'all just here. We just had y'all here for, player development. We weren't really trying to win, but y'all started winning. But this time around, you need somebody that can actually, I hate to say it, but put somebody like a Trae in his place. But at the same time, it's somebody that Trae actually admires. You know what I'm saying? He's willing to listen to somebody like him.
At the end of the day, Phil, at the end of the day, and y'all hop in, man. Yeah, I know I'm just running my mouth, man. At the end of the day, man, and I'm saying this as one of the elders up here. What I learned is you don't need nobody to like you.
Right.
What I need the players to do is their freaking job. What I need them to do is how we say in the Army. You don't have to like the coach, but you need to respect the position.
Right.
It's a reason why he's the coach. And let's not act like Nate McMillan, even though we can all agree, we may not all love all his offensive whatever.
X's
But
and O's and all
what
that.
you can't, what they can't take away is he was a player in the NBA at a high level, played in the finals, played with Hall of Famers, played on the team that I think Seattle won 60 games one year with the Supersonics. So you respect his position and you respect that he's a former player, right?
Right.
What I like with Quinn is that he did get that power.
Yeah.
So he's not. So we can't sit here and say the front office did him dirty because he has some say. Now, what we don't know is how much say. I believe, and I'm just speculating. Y'all know I'm just a fan. I don't know nobody in the Hawks. I'm just speculating. I believe he probably has the same amount of power as Landry feels.
Oh yeah,
because I believe, I believe,
and
I'm gonna tell you something else, and y'all tell me if I'm crazy. I believe the reason they gave him that power was because Tony Wrestler looked at his son in Landry and said, I gave him some picks to get DeJounte, and we under 500. Remember, when we got Quinn, we was under 500. Well, we'd be under for like one game, then be 500, then go back below.
Right.
I believe he don't really have the faith in Nick Wrestler and Landry to do it by themselves. Why else would you give the coach power like that?
Right.
And here's the thing, too, man. When you come to an organization like the Hawks as a coach, you have to take that power. Because at the end of the day, if you're going to get fired from a job, you better get fired doing it your way, not somebody else's way. That's just a fact, man. You're not going to let nobody kick you to the curb, and I did it your way. So, one of the biggest things for me, man, and I know Foot talks about this all the time, man, we really need to see these players take some major leaps forward in their games, man. I think the biggest thing is we need our superstar Trae Young to be more efficient. He's going to have to be more. I know that's not part of his game, but he's going to have to be more efficient come next season, especially if Quinn is going to be telling, especially in Quinn's system, they've already been saying shoot more threes. Our guys are going to, Trae Young's going to have to be more consistent. We're going to need, Demond, you talked about it. We're going to need Jalen Johnson and AJ Griffin to take major leaps forward. And when I say major leaps, I'm talking about, I don't think you have to worry about AJ not being able to score the ball, but you need AJ's defense to get a whole lot better. You can really say that about the whole team, but definitely AJ Griffin's defense need to be better. You need Jalen Johnson shooting to become better. It's almost like if you could take those two guys and combine them, that's the perfect player, really. You put AJ shooting with Jalen Johnson's defense, man, that's what we need. We need both of those young guns, man, to really take some major leaps forward. And going back to the draft, though, the only reason why I say don't worry about the picks is just because I believe the team. I just believe the team is ready. It's just there's the
ready
guys
for what?
Ready for what?
What are they ready for?
When I say ready, when I'm saying the guys that are ready, I'm saying like we have some pieces on this team that I think that can win under the right situation. It's pieces on the team, but the guys just haven't. I don't know. Like you said, it's just too many different visions on the court right now. So we don't really, it's just hard to tell, man. But
you know what it's like, RJ? It's like if you took all of us on the panel. Hell, you took the panel and the chat, right? And somebody said, "Hey, everybody, I need y'all to make one puzzle together, but y'all can't talk to each other." And it's
There
like
you
we
go.
all make
Yeah.
we making our own individual pieces
Mhm.
and all that jazz. That's the problem, man. I said that. Y'all heard me say that before, dog. That's why that's why the players don't fit.
Yeah.
Because you don't right now. Who is in charge of making our pick in the draft? Does anybody know? Who we gonna blame if it's a bum? Just Landry because he got the title? How do we know it wasn't Quinn?
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Front office needs to be revamped and it needs to be fixed. And let me say something, man. I don't know what ATL Kool-Aid. He always just saying some random stuff. He said Cooper was willing to learn from Trey. Listen to me, man. Let me tell you about Sharif Cooper, bro.
He was too busy chasing ass.
That won't Nate McMillan's fault, man. That wasn't Nate McMillan's fault that Cooper was. Listen, Cooper had every opportunity to be an Atlanta Hawk. He sucked in summer league, which is cool. Hey,
Hold on. Coop was hurt, man. We got nobody.
No, he wasn't hurt. He was just he was fucking off on summer league. He won't hurt.
Bro,
no, his thumb was fucked up. He had to sit out that right after they cut him. He was actually sitting out injured until he got better. His thumb was fucked up though.
We didn't cut him. Listen to me.
What? Oh yeah, that's true too.
He asked to be released.
Yeah, he did.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, we gave him an NBA contract. He came to summer league, played like a bum. So the Hawks did the right thing. They took it and put him back on a two-way contract. He probably let the little girl get in his ear, baby, you better than that. What the He asked us for his release. He came to us and requested. So the Hawks said, all right, we'll get the hell on in. And guess what his ass ended up at? In the G League anyway. So don't be trying to put that on Nate Kool-Aid. That was Coop. Coop could have still been a Hawk right now.
Hey, for all the future young NBA players, man, focus on your game, man. Stop chasing ass, man. Let's just keep it a buck, man. That's what that's
shout out to homie, man. The homie B Nash in the building. Shout out, salute. I don't know if I hit up salute my guy Xavier up in the building, man. But
hey, any of y'all been looking at some of these 7-foot dudes in the draft? That's all. If we get anything,
if it ain't lively, bro, just keep it moving.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of mock drafts saying the Hawks gonna get Lively.
Who is Lively? I ain't
Derek Lively, the dude from Duke.
Okay, hold up. We got time. We got some time up in here. Hold up, y'all.
I've seen some drafts.
Let's see. Since I can, I just been showing my boy Keontae. I want him, bro. He from Baylor. He from Baylor, right? Analyst.
Isn't he a shooter? Keontae George, he's a shooter.
He from Baylor, right?
Yeah.
Yes, who else from Baylor? We got it's a Baylor guy on the staff too, right? One of the coaches is from Baylor. What's his name? Udoke. How you say his name? Uday, whatever his name is, the black guy, the African guy.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I know you're talking about.
He's from Baylor, right?
That ain't the guy that look like Rick Paul, is it?
He got drafted out of Baylor, so they go. That's the Baylor connection right there. Boom.
Hey, analysts, tell them they need to go look at Grady Dick, man. I think Grady Dick might fall.
I saw him. He all right, man. I saw him.
Man,
yeah, we're not gonna get him.
Hey, bro,
I think be gone before 15. I think.
15, bro.
Yeah, Orlando or somebody will probably get him.
I think he'd be gone. But hold on, here go Lively. Here go some highlights of Lively.
Lively's
he's
nice,
a big too. If y'all didn't know, he's a big.
A true big at that.
Now y'all know how long ago, analyst, was it when I asked for Lively? And who was it? It was Ticket who told me he can't shoot. Somebody who told me that.
Shit, how tall is he?
He's 7 foot.
Yeah. I was watching Lively a while ago. I like Lively. You brought him up a couple months ago. It was either Gerald or Matt.
Boy.
Said that.
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody that's like, he can't shoot. I was like, what? I was like, nah, bro, because I watched some highlights of him, and he was shooting the ball, and I read a scouting report saying he could shoot from all levels on the court.
Yeah,
dude, get him.
Dude only used him really for the lob, but the dude can shoot though. The dude can shoot.
That's the type of player we need to, you know what I'm saying? Like, we can't really focus on the draft, but if we're gonna get anybody, that need to be somebody like that we looking at.
Oh yeah, man.
If he there at 15, I said at the beginning, I don't know if you called me earlier, Phil. I said Lively. If he ain't there, I'm going Keontae George out of Baylor.
But you
That's
know,
my-
man, I really think he's gonna be there though, man. Because if you look at the other teams that are picking before the Hawks, I think a lot of them are gonna be looking at that shooting guard, point guard.
Yeah,
Man, I
because
think
it's
he
deep
could
with that.
fall.
Yeah, it's deep with shooting guards and wings.
Yeah,
I don't
so
think
you
too
know
many
that's
people big men like us.
right. Because I mean, you know, of course, you know, you got the freak out of France, you know, but
Mhm.
I think a
Yeah,
lot of those
Wemby.
teams are going to be looking at a lot of those point guards and shooting guards, and like you said, the wing players. So I
Right,
think it's a strong possibility he'll fall.
right.
There go my guy right there. I want this guy bad. I want him. I want this guy.
Of
Just look at
course
that.
you do. You a Baylor guy. Of course you do.
I about to say, DeMar, you went to Baylor? Or you
No,
just
actually, I'm a UGA fan. My son go to Baylor though.
He's
oh,
not
okay,
that far.
okay.
He's not far from Baylor though.
Yeah, I'm
What-
only an hour from Baylor.
When I looked at
okay.
them lively highlights, he kind of remind me of Jackson Hayes a little bit. When I just looked
Oh,
at
I
them
was just about to
highlights.
say that solution. I was about to
Yeah.
say,
Mm.
I was about to say, if Lively not available, we can always see if Jackson is available from the Pelicans.
Yeah.
Fun
I
fact,
was about
I
to
know
say, he kinda look like
we drafted Jackson Hayes for the Pelicans.
Yeah, we did.
him.
We also drafted Luka Doncic too. So you know,
Child.
Look at him. Boy, that guy tough right there, man. Y'all crazy. This dude tough.
He
And
nice. He
he,
nice.
and he a freshman. Look at that. We ain't got nobody who could do that with the ball. Look at that. Pull up.
he got a nice handle though. I like his handle.
Look at him get to the hole. What the one they're gonna show? I like him because he can get in the lane and finish.
Mm.
We don't have nobody who can do that.
Yeah, he remind me of Maxie a little bit doing that.
Man, I'm telling you,
Mm.
man. I already said he was a young D Wade, boy. That's what I already said. He a young D Wade, and that's what I was saying. Solution. I
I
said,
wouldn't be
listen,
mad
man.
at that pick though.
Li-
I definitely would not be mad.
Solution. We could draft a guy like this. Say Lively not available. You draft a guy like this. Send him to the G League because he ain't gonna play. It don't matter who. If your name ain't
Yeah.
Lively, you ain't playing anyway this year. I'm keeping it a buck.
I'm gonna tell you like this though. I'm gonna tell you like this, and this is one thing I think people didn't realize, like a problem with Jalen Johnson being on the G League team. Gotta make, and I think this might have been a Nate thing too. Gotta make sure whatever they're doing in the G League is whatever you doing on your regular team. Because I
Yeah.
think what happened with Jalen Johnson was that when he came to the regular team, is that everything they were doing on the G League, kind of the way they were giving him the ball and all that type of stuff, they didn't do that on the Hawks. Hell, they barely wasn't going to play, but they didn't run the same type of schemes, especially because of Trey. So whatever they're doing, you got to make sure, hey, we run the same system. And I think, to your point, Damon, with Quinn, that will probably be what happened because they probably will run the system instead of just ball dominant, pick and roll, off trade type shit. So I think that might happen. But yeah, you got to make sure they run the same
Well,
thing.
you know, that's what we did under Bud, except we didn't have like watch this, man. We didn't have College Park when Bud was the coach. Bud came from where? San Antonio. He was the lead assistant in
Under
San
Pop.
Antonio for like his final like 5 year lead assistant, right? So you know what he did? Remember when we drafted my guy, rest in peace, my guy from Michigan State who got murdered by that dude,
Oh, that Payne dude.
Adrian Payne, right?
Adrian Payne.
Draft Adrian Payne. You know what Bud did to get him up to speed? Yeah, rest in peace to that man. You know what Bud did to get him up to speed to the offense? Sent his ass right down here to Austin, because you know Austin is the G League for who? The Spurs, who do the exact same thing. Austin Spurs run the exact same offense that the San Antonio does. Because I went to go see Adrian Payne play when he came down. When he came to Austin, I went to the game because it's only Austin. Actually, they call Austin, but they play outside of Austin, which is closer to me. They actually play in Cedar Park, which is only 40 minutes from me. I drove down there and I met Adrian Payne. Well, I ain't meet him. I was like, "What's up, Adrian Payne?" He was like, "Yeah, I see." So I count that as a meet and greet. But that's what Bud did, and that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Where did that come from? That's coaching. That's development, and that's what I'm saying. Use College Park to get you guys playing time instead of sitting them on the bench doing nothing, getting DNPs all day. I'd rather for Quinn, I'd rather for him to send AJ down to College Park. If you ain't gonna play him, Send him to College Park. Let him get some minutes in. Let him work on it. Maybe he could have got out of that shooting slump down there. Then you bring him back. You feel me?
Yeah, and that might happen, but not this year with him, but necessarily, but with somebody else who either might draft or might be maybe Tyrese Martin or somebody like it's probably still finna happen for them boys to get some PT, get some reps.
Yeah, you got to get these boys some playing time, man. Just sitting on the bench don't do shit. DNP. Then you get that one game where the Hawks down 20, so he put you in the last 2 minutes. How that's supposed to help?
And that's another thing as well, man. You know, we talk about development. You know, two things with development, man. First thing is the players got to be doing it on their own. You know, I know Foot bangs that drum all the time, man, but it's so much truth to that, man. Players have to develop on their own. And then number two, man, you got to play your guys, man. You got to give them real game time and real game situations, man. That's the only way we're going to know what you got. It's the only way you're going to win, lose, or draw. You got to see what you got in these guys, man.
What's good, Pharaoh?
What's good? So I've been listening. Why nobody ain't brought up about trading up? I was joking with Ticket a couple of weeks ago about maybe getting a star at 15. But what star we going to get? Why nobody talking about trading up? What point?
We don't have no assets to trade up, bro.
We gave that up in the DJ trade.
They want somebody got to want something. We can't just
we gave up all our second round picks and our first round pick.
Yeah, not DJ Murray trade.
Don't nobody
somebody want a player in 15. Besides, I don't want that.
They don't want nothing at 15, man. That's why
I don't want that.
People don't want them lottery. Listen. The only way we could have traded up if we didn't have Murray, because you could have packaged all those picks. But this is your problem.
What about moving Murray?
You not getting up in the top 3. Okay, when you got talent,
have we even asked Portland what they want? Have Portland even mentioned? I know Dame said he don't want no young guy.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna keep it real. Before Portland give that 3 pick
just
for a player that's not for a non-NBA player or multiple All-Star player, they'll trade Dame Lillard ass first.
Yeah.
They'll trade his ass for they get that pick.
And Pharaoh, according to everybody in the league, according to all the analysts, this is supposed to be, and I say that with quotations, this is supposed to be one of the best drafts, I think, in recent memory. So
don't be mad at me, don't be mad at me, analysts, but this is the actual draft you trade up in.
But you gotta have assets to trade up. Nobody.
You gotta have
John Collins.
I'm just messing with him because that's his boy draft.
None of those players gonna get you moved up in the draft.
Pharaoh, we had the best person that could have put us in that position was Schlangen. They got rid of him. Look, he over there in Washington now. He trying to move Bradley Beal.
Hey, he about to blow it up, bro. They blowing it. They gonna blow the same thing he did when he got here.
They ain't gonna be able to move Beal because he got a no trade clause.
Yeah, they already talked.
They're working with him. They're working with him.
Bill already say he'll waive it to go to
He
Miami.
ain't got to work with them. No, I got the no trade clause. Y'all do what I say.
Yeah, he said he's trying to get to Miami.
Bill doesn't.
If Bill say no, they can't do it,
bro.
No matter what trade they want to do.
Let me tell you something, man.
When Bill said he won't out,
Bill just said Miami is a team he will waive his no trade clause for. He said that already. Let me tell you something, man. Bro, Bill has made
big news.
He probably made $300 million from the Wizards.
Plenty money.
Yeah. Money ain't an issue for him no more. He want to win. Bill don't want to go out there. This is what? This like year 12 for Bradley Beal? You think he really want to go out there with 3 rookies and a third-year player? Hell no. He don't want to do that. I'm going to tell you what he's not going to do, though. I'm going to tell you what he's not going to do. He's not going to get bought out. He ain't going to do that. But he'll say, hey, because them trade, this a Bill say. Bill say, listen, I want to win, but I don't want to do the organization dirty. I'll waive my no trade clause to these teams. So it's up for the Wizards to negotiate that. You see what I'm saying? So that way the Wizards get something for Bradley Beal. Bradley Beal not wasting his time. Another year wasted in Washington to win.
Is it more than just Miami? Is it more than just Miami? He said
right now. All I know, Miami. He said Miami.
I didn't know he had mentioned anybody.
He probably gonna bring up more teams because guess what? Miami may not have the assets that the Wizards want. Because what is that gonna do? They're just not gonna give him up for nothing. They ain't giving
Right.
us pennies on the dollar because they don't have to. So they're not gonna give him up for pennies on the dollar.
And
No, that's
Pharaoh,
good.
I'm gonna be honest with you though. The front office is so damn stupid. They'll trade up and they'll take a guy who they could have got at number 15 any damn way.
They'll trade up. They'll also trade up.
That's true.
Trade up
They've
to
done
5
that.
to get Lively. You
Right.
got them at 15.
They have done that before.
Jeez.
You saw what happened with Hunter. We traded up to 4.
Yep.
Hey man, we thought Hunter was supposed to be that dude though, but Jesus, ain't turned out to be nothing like.
You know what? We thought he was gonna be that dude, but he turned out to be a dude.
Hey man, I'm gonna be honest, man. I was so happy when we drafted DeAndre Hunter. I was like, this dude gonna be the next Kawhi Leonard. Man, I look real stupid right about now.
Anytime,
you ain't the only one, RJ.
Yeah,
I was talking cash shit, bro.
I was like, this dude is gonna be Kawhi. I was like,
I ain't go Kawhi. I thought it was gonna be good, but I think it was gonna be Kawhi.
Man,
He just kind of give you a Kawhi vibe for who he is, like the way
Just because he quiet.
he play. No,
man,
the reason why I said he was the
He
reason
got
why I
some
said he was gonna
mannerisms and the way he play kind of like Kawhi, but he just ain't translate.
the
Same
way
type
he got
the way he
DeAndre
played
Hunter.
in
He got
college,
that.
he played
He
like
got that
Kawhi
spooky
Leonard.
silence to me, man.
Yeah.
Spooky. You know what I'm saying? He the type of homeboy you could sit right there, try to make a move on a young lady. He'll just sit right there and not say nothing. Just sit there.
And give you that
Watch you while you do your thing. Just watch it. He's
I don't
spooky,
know,
man.
hey, but you know the organization. Well, I ain't gonna say the whole organization, but I will say there are some people in that front office who still do believe in Hunter, like Puffy K, because he did make them comments on 92.9 that day, talking about some, people stalling him out and getting him the ball late ain't really helping him out neither. So I don't
Man,
know.
Puffy K just be saying shit
He's
on the
just
radio,
over
bro.
marketing though. He ain't over the team stuff.
Oh
Yeah, he just a TV guy. He a TV guy, man. He not organization guy.
Oh,
That's
okay.
his job. That's his job, like to hype the Hawks up and shit. Because he wants you.
No. Well, he wasn't hyping him up, but he was making some.
I do believe he believed in him. I remember when he said that.
Now I'll say this. I believe he's a fan. I believe that. Like when he says that stuff, I believe he believes what he's saying. But me being a fan too, I'm like, yeah, but you don't have no pool when it comes to player personnel. You can say all you want, but I mean, you gonna make something happen?
I thought he was a CEO or something.
Yeah, but he's the CEO. He's the CEO over like TV marketing. He's not the president of basketball operations.
Right.
He don't run basketball operations, but his position is higher than the president of basketball operations. He's the CEO, right? But he don't mess with the basketball side of it. He made his name and money in TV. Like Ted Turner. I think he worked at TBS. I think he worked at CNN.
Well, see, positions like that are really for marketing, man. Their job is to market the basketball team. They market to the fans. You know what I'm saying? That's basically their job. They don't really deal in basketball stuff.
He the one who got Trae Young in that when they was at WWE was New York.
Right,
He the one who got Trae Young doing that.
Yeah,
and the Allstate, like the little commercials that you see, not the Allstate, but the Share Care stuff you see with John Collins and stuff like that. He's kind of a part of that type of stuff.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I believe every time he says something, I believe what he's saying. Like, I believe he a true fan, which we need that. But
yeah, ain't nothing wrong with it. Ain't nothing wrong.
But I'm about to wrap it up, fellas.
Yeah, y'all take it easy.
Anybody y'all got any last words before we sign off out of here? I'll start. Anybody can go.
Hey, draft Derek Lively, Hawks. Draft Derek Lively. I'm all in on Derek Lively.
And don't forget, hey, we doing a show draft night 22nd. Be here.
All right.
Be here when we when we drafting our future shooting guard, Keontae George. I could turn up with y'all. Go ahead. Y'all got any more last words? Pharaoh, Solution, Phil, Georgia.
Yeah, I just got sunset. Going forward up until the draft, I think the whole motto of the consensus of everything we talking about is this team getting better collectively. Starting at from the owner to the front office to the coaching staff, to the seasoned people, like our starting five, and then down to the young guys. Like, I think if they can come up with a T-shirt, it just needs to say, get better, right? But I mean, let's be realistic, man. It's like we paid Collins, we paid Hunter, we got Trey on the super contract, we brought DJ in here. As we walk away from this meeting today, everybody asks themselves, what, have these players, when they got signed, did they really hit their ceiling? Or is there work? Is it room for growth? Is there room for growth? Because we need to mentally ask ourselves, what is that growth? Can Hunter get better? And what is that? Can Trey and DeJounte work together in the backcourt, right? Can OO work in a Quinn system? What is that better? We need to be really realistic about that, because if we don't know what that is, we're going to still be right here next year talking about a 41-41 team.
Anybody else? Y'all got any last words? Thoughts?
I still want to trade up. I ain't listening to y'all. But I do like the clips of the players you showed in the show today. So I'm with you, Devon. And Matt it was one guy Matt told me to look at that I liked, but I forgot.
Maxwell Lewis. We don't want that dude.
No, it wasn't Lewis. It was one other guy he named. Because I really ain't been paying attention because they ain't gonna play.
He probably named your buddy from Kentucky, but he ain't gonna make it 15.
Nah. None of them players gonna play. That's why I want to trade up. But I get what y'all saying though.
What you got, King Phil? Any last words? Thoughts?
Nah, go Hawks.
All right. Analyst not here. He doing something. My last words is this, guys. Hey, once again, thank you everybody for the support. Make sure you smash that like button for us. We moving up. Just hit we hit over 1,000 subscribers. That's big time. We want to be the number one YouTube Hawks fan channel. Hell, we want to be the number one Hawks fan thing, period. So as long as everybody keep coming in, showing support, we all make this channel grow. We all make this channel what it is. Like I said, this channel was for the fans, and it's by us. You feel me? Anybody that's new, hey, feel free to come on the channel anytime. Oh, salute my guy, That's So 100 305. Hey, y'all played tough in the finals, G. Y'all almost pulled it off, man. Almost made it happen, bro. But
I was rooting for y'all.
Yeah, make sure y'all tap in. We will be doing a show on draft day. That's the 22nd, but obviously we're gonna have another show before then. So make sure y'all doing y'all draft homework and come tap in.
One more question, Jamon. How tall is Lively?
7 feet.
Good. Okay, I want to say we too goddamn small, and we're about to get smaller when we trade off Clint. So yeah, we need somebody. Yeah, I want Lively then.
Yeah. So make sure y'all tap in with us, man. And on that note, guys, we up out of here, man. I'll catch y'all on the next show, man. Hawks up. Peace.
Peace.